The same day repeated for 1,000 years. Li Ruobing said to herself, and Menglan agreed to Wu Chen's outrageous request of getting something for nothing, which means that Wu Chen was not the one who got caught in her web. Rather, she was the one who fell for him. And she said, Wu Chen will be making his arrangements for the trip to Shanghai. Do you have anything you want to say to him? And Menglan said, no. Can you help me pass on the message to Mr. Wu, Miss Li? Goodbye. She blushed. Li Ruobing said, Darling, you are really something. You only went to Shanghai for 2 days, and yet Menglan handed 50% of the shares to you. You deserve to be called Li Ruobing's man, Wu Chen said. Let us set Menglan's matter aside. I am going to meet Qingying next. Li Ruobing said. Qingying just said yesterday that she wanted a child. Are you really that eager to create another person? Wu Chen said. It is daytime now, and Qingying is still working. I am going to do something else. If anyone asks, just say you asked me to deliver some documents to her. Li Ruobing looked outside and said, Shaw, yes. It seems my dear has another plan to carry out again. Sure, go ahead and get yourself busy. 40 minutes later, Wu Chen looked at the building outside and said to himself, If Qingying gets pregnant, she will not be able to hide the pregnancy for long. No matter how bad her father's health is, he will eventually find out. Qingying will never reveal the identity of the child's father, even if it tears her apart. And that might cause Mr. Su to be angry, maybe fatally so even. At that time, rumors are bound to fly around, and that will cause the stock price of Jinfu Group to plummet, with competitors taking advantage of the opportunity to acquire shares and control slipping away. Qingying and the child will be in trouble in the future. As Wu Chen rode the elevator alone, he said to himself, Me coming here today is to prevent that from happening. Sun Wu Chen said to Xiao Zhang, Is Mr. Su around? Xiao Zhang, confused, said, Excuse me, who are you? Suddenly, Su Qingying saw Wu Chen and said in shock as she blushed, Sent Mr. Wu. She then composed herself formally and said, Xiao Zhang, go to the finance department and review last month's accounts with Huankai Cosmetics. Xiao Zhang, still confused, said in shock, Do we have such an account? Okay, I will go right away. As Su Qingying closed the door, she rushed toward Wu Chen joyfully and said, Husband, you came to see me. I am so happy. We only just agreed to have a child yesterday, and yet my husband is already here. You could not wait. As Wu Chen held her soft, tiny waist and looked at her up close, Wu Chen said, We are in the company. Let us restrain ourselves. Suddenly the door opened. Su Ruiwen, Su Qingying's father and the richest man in Donghai City, said, Qingying, there is a document from this morning's meeting that has not been finalized yet. Su Qingying quickly stepped away from Wu Chen. Su Ruiwen saw what happened and said to himself, Qingying is acting strange, and it seems to be because of the young man standing beside her. Who is he? Su Qingying said, Dad, this is Mr. Wu Chen. Mr. Wu, this is my father. Su Ruiwen said to himself, To Wu Chen, that man who took Qingying away from the golf course at that time? As he remembered what Boss Lu said, Wu Chen is my sworn brother. Anyone who makes things difficult for Wu Chen is making things difficult for me, Lu Guangyan. Wu Yurong said, Who would want to have a problem with Wu Chen when he is this good? Sadly, I cannot become 20 years younger, or else I would have married him. Boss Ma said, Recently, the Tang family and the Li family almost became enemies because Zhao Guaizi was nearly taken out. Mr. Wu was the one who helped settle the feud between them. Su Ruiwen said to Wu Chen, Instantly, I have been hearing people talk about Mr. Wu, who is young and promising, but you and Qingying. Wu Chen shook hands with Su Ruiwen and said, Ruobing is busy, so I am here to deliver a document to Mr. Su on her behalf. Su Ruiwen said, Is that right? Qingying, show me the files. Su Qingying, shocked, said, So, Dad, let me check. Su Ruiwen said to himself, Do you still need to look for the documents that were just delivered? How could my daughter be so ridiculous in doing things? This is obviously a farce. I want to see what is going on. Su Ruiwen looked back at Wu Chen and said, No need to look for the documents, Qingying. Just handle the cooperation with Huan Kai yourself. Said, Mr. Wu, if there is nothing else you are doing now since you have delivered the documents, why do you not come and have a chat with me in my office? I have heard many stories about you, Mr. Wu. Su Qingying said, When Dad, Mr. Wu and Miss Li are very busy. Wu Chen said to himself, Qingying, it is fine, do not worry. Wu Chen said, Sure, Mr. Su. Su Ruiwen sat down and said, Gee, Mr. Wu, you did not come here just to deliver the documents, right? Wu Chen sat down and said, Boss Su is indeed the richest man in the city. I cannot hide anything from you. Su Ruiwen said, You came here to see my daughter under the excuse of delivering documents, and Qingying wants to deceive me by hiding what is going on. Care to explain, Mr. Wu? Wu Chen said. Miss Qingying is helping me keep a secret. We have an agreement, and since I helped her, she cannot betray me. Su Ruiwen said, Secret? What secret? Wu Chen said, I cannot say. But Ruobing asked me to come here to help Miss Su solve some problems with the Jinfu group. Su Ruiwen said, and Li Ruobing knows about the affairs of the Jinfu group that, as the chairman, I am not even aware of, and still also wants to help solve them? The Lai family is stretching their hands too far, do you not think? Wu Chen said. Second shareholder, Xu Zhenyuan. Su Ruiwen said, Su Zhenyuan is loyal to the group. Although he is a bit of a troublemaker, how many capable people are not? I do not think there is anything wrong with him, nor do I believe he would do anything to harm the interests of the group, Wu Chen said. Indeed, he has not done anything. But it is not what Xu Zhenyuan does that will become the problem. It is his continued presence in Jinfu group. Su Ruiwen, shocked and confused, said, Huh? Wu Chen said, seeing that Miss Su already received the support of the board of directors last time, Mr. Su should have accelerated the progress. So, I am guessing Miss Su will be taking over this year, right? Su Ruiwen said. Are you saying that, Xu? Zhenyuan will be dissatisfied after Qingying becomes the chairman? Wu Chen said. Onshu Zhenyuan will definitely threaten Miss Su's future. And so, to avoid the problem of factions and power struggles during personnel adjustments, it is best to deal with Xu Zhenyuan. Su Ruiwen said, May I ask how Miss Li intends to solve it? Wu Chen said, Send Xu Zhenyuan to prison. Or, pop him. Su Ruiwen, shocked and confused, said, Huh? He said to himself, the only thing that could have been used to send Xu Zhenyuan to prison was from decades ago when his own company, due to poor management, got involved in smuggling with the underworld. What does this have to do with being popped? I have never heard of Li Ruobing acting in such a way. Even if she is trying to help Qingying, it would be too much to just eliminate him. Besides, what if she and Qingying fall out one day? Just thinking about it already gives me a thunderclap of a headache. Wu Chen said, Xu Zhenyuan is a notorious person. It would be better for Mr. Su to help Miss Su clear this ticking time bomb as soon as possible. Su Ruiwen said, him, notorious. Sen Wu Chen said, Mr. Su, in your eyes, Xu Zhenyuan is just an unfortunate person who got mixed up with the underworld, and who has worked diligently since the acquisition by Jinfu. But in fact, behind the scenes, he is a very scary person. His daughter fell in love at a young age, but the male classmate is now paralyzed and has dropped out of college because of the underworld. The driver was hit from behind and then beaten senseless. He is still in the hospital right now. His lover wanted to become the official wife, and because she wanted to make their relationship public, he buried her in the suburban industrial park. I will not be able to finish listing out all of his deeds in 30 minutes, Mr. Su. Are you sure you want him near Miss Su? Su Ruiwen, shocked, said to himself, Xu Zhenyuan has been under my command for over a decade. But he has actually been such a villain. Is Wu Chen lying? Su Ruiwen said, Well, Mr. Wu, are you sure of what you said? Wu Chen said, This is easy to verify. My lies would not serve any purpose in this matter. Su Ruiwen said, Well, if he is really like that, then you cannot let him stay near Qingying. As for the exact location of the buried body of his lover, Wu Chen said, in the northern section of the industrial park, behind the fifth warehouse of the new section of Tianhe Machinery Factory, the second parking lot from the left, 2 meters down, between the second and third parking spaces on the right. Said to himself, during the 1,000 years of rebirth, I just went out on a whim to see Qingying, so my memory of it is fresh since I personally went to dig it myself. Su Ruiwen said, Mr. Wu, aside from these matters, is there any way for him to steal money from the group? Wu Chen said, Boss Su is Boss Su. If you do not want to do something, you will not. If you want to do something, you do it thoroughly. I like this style. Let us continue our conversation. 1 hour later, Wu Chen said, Since you now have a clear picture of what is happening, I will be taking my leave. Su Ruiwen said, Whoa, right. Please do. My regards to Miss Li. She has taken care of these things for me. Su Ruiwen looks at his phone as someone calls. Li Ruobing said, Hello, Uncle Su? Su Ruiwen said, Ha ha ha, Miss Lee, Mr. Wu and I just finished our discussion. Thank you for helping Qingying. You do not need to hide or use a roundabout method in the future. If you have anything to say, just come to me directly. I am preparing to arrange for personnel to dig up the body on my end. Li Ruobing said to herself. Huh? Digging up a body? Whose body? What did Wu Chen do again? Is he trying to trick Su Ruiwen? But what should I say? I do not know anything. Goodness, how could Wu Chen make such a mistake? Su Ruiwen said, Hello. Why is it quiet? Miss Li. Are you still there, Miss Li? Li Ruobing said to herself. Wu Chen would not have made such a big mistake. Since the matter is related to me and he did not explain it to me in advance, the only purpose must be to make Su Ruiwen suspect it came from me. Li Ruobing said, Shunkel, I am here. Su Ruiwen said, Miss and Mr. Wu gave me a few names regarding Xu Zhenyuan's corruption, but he did not mention the details. Could you shed more light, Miss Li? Li Ruobing said, Actually, I am not quite sure. Uncle Su, I have a meeting coming up soon. It is almost time. Let us talk about it next time. Su Ruiwen said to himself, since Li Ruobing investigated Xu Zhenyuan herself, why is she panicking? Wait, was it Wu Chen who found out everything and not Li Ruobing? The previous seizure of power by the board of directors for Qingying also happened on the second day after she was taken away from the golf course by Wu Chen. Yes, before that, I had never even heard of any friendship between Qingying and Wu Chen. The recent rumors about Mr. Wu in Donghai City are not baseless. I am sure he did not achieve all that just by being the son-in-law of the Lai family. In another scene, a bald man shovels the ground. His friend said, Boss, we have dug it up. The bald man said, But there is indeed a female corpse here. Su Ruiwen said to himself, he was right about what he said. This young man Wu Chen is really impressive. Meanwhile, on the other side, Li Ruobing said to Wu Chen, Darling, do not joke around like you did today again. What if I had not reacted well? Su Qingying said, Ten is right, husband. I was really scared when we were almost caught by my dad. Li Ruobing said, Sometimes I doubt if you really do not have superpowers every time something like this happens. Wu Chen said to himself. It might not be a good thing for them to discover the secret of my abilities. Mu Qianqian held Wu Chen's face and said, This mischievous guy might just have been pulling a prank. There were a lot of people there, and everyone saw it. Wu Chen thought to himself, it seems she does not understand the real issue. At that time, I had no idea the 1,000-year rebirth was about to end. I told Qianqian everything about it without holding back. That is not something others should easily know. Wu Chen gently placed his hand on her head and said, Anyway, just promise me you will not say anything to anyone. Can you do that? Mu Qianqian blushed and said with a small smile, Heh, sure I can. But you have to agree to one condition too. Wu Chen leaned in and asked, What is it? Mu Qianqian said softly, Show me, Mr. Wu. In Donghai City, I want you to cherish me, take care of me, and if I ever run into trouble, you will be there to help me. Wu Chen replied, What's the big deal about that? I would do it even if you did not ask me. He gently touched her head. Mu Qianqian placed her hands on her cheeks and, blushing, said, Oh, truly? You would? Then, let's make it a promise. Wu Chen winked and said, However, you still have to sleep in your own room tonight. Qingying has plans, and it would not be appropriate for you to act like the spoiled one right now. Mu Qianqian turned her face away and muttered, Tsetch. A few moments later, Wu Chen said to Su Qingying, It's almost done, Qingying. Why don't we take a break? Su Qingying said playfully, Teen, I don't want to. She gracefully removed her silk robe and said, I feel like I haven't fulfilled my responsibilities well. I owe my master some devotion. Under her robe, she wore a playful bunny outfit. She looked at Wu Chen and said in a teasing tone, Master, I deserve to be punished for my mistakes. Please be firm with me this time. Wu Chen scratched his cheek and thought to himself, I just told Qianqian that there would be no fooling around tonight. Maybe I spoke too soon. Su Qingying said, What are you still hesitating for, Master? Wu Chen replied, All right, fine. I won't hesitate anymore. Meanwhile, in another room, Li Ruobing said to herself, What is that strange sound coming from the other side? Mu Qianqian, lying on the bed, murmured softly, Wu Chen. At the same time, elsewhere. After returning home from supervising the recovery of the buried body, Su Qingying's mother said to Su Ruiwen, Husband, why did you come home so late? Your health isn't great. Let Qingying or me help you with more of the work. Su Ruiwen replied, It's all right, I know. Where is Qingying? Tell her to come over. I need to speak with her. She said. Qingying went to visit Miss Li and has not returned tonight. She sent a message in the family chat group this afternoon. You did not see it, Su Ruiwen said. Said I had things to handle this afternoon and haven't checked. Wait, where did you say she went? Wu Chen's house? She replied. What are you thinking? Miss Lee is there too. My daughter went to see Miss Lee. I heard Wu Chen has been traveling a lot for business and isn't home much. Su Ruwen thought to himself, why is everything connected to Wu Chen? There is something suspicious about all this. Well, in 1 week, Lu Guangnian will be marrying his first love, and the entire Donghai business world will be present. I will ask someone to investigate that young man more thoroughly. 1 week later, Wu Chen and Li Ruobing walked gracefully into the event hall. A man greeted them and said, Shuncle, aunt, you're here. My father asked me to wait for you. Li Ruobing said, such a big nephew? Wu Chen laughed and said, Shehehe, your auntie is not quite used to this kind of seniority. We all have our ways, and besides, you do not always have to listen to what your father says. The man began to sweat nervously and replied, Mr. Wu, Miss Li, please come inside. A few moments later, Li Ruobing said softly, Darling, why don't we go somewhere with fewer people? It is getting a bit overwhelming here. Suddenly, Wu Yurong appeared holding 2 glasses of alcohol and said, Mr. Wu, long time no see. Shall we toast? Li Ruobing frowned and replied, Wu Yurong, with so many people here today, if you do not want to cause trouble for my husband, I suggest you behave yourself. Wu Yurong leaned in close to Li Ruobing and whispered, What are you talking about? How could I possibly cause trouble for my man? And Li Ruobing narrowed her eyes and said coldly, Are you trying to start something? As a mistress, you should have the awareness of your own role. Wu Yurong scoffed and said, Tinskaisk, do you think you are helping your man by throwing a tantrum? Su Ruiwen came to ask me about Wu Chen earlier. Don't you think that's a bit strange? What did you say? Wu Yurong shrugged and said, What I said doesn't matter. What's important is what Su Ruiwen intends to do. Wu Chen turned to Li Ruobing and said, Obing, go find Qingying and let her know. Li Ruobing asked, Is this something serious again? Wu Chen said firmly, Oh, just go. Li Ruobing nodded, I understand. Wu Yurong chuckled and said, My husband is being so close to Miss Li in public. It makes me feel jealous. What should I do? Wu Chen replied calmly, Sister Rong, why don't we go somewhere more private? They clinked glasses, and as they walked away, Wu Yurong said teasingly, Su naughty one pan. A few moments later, Wu Yurong smiled and said, You're quite good at picking a spot. Suddenly she kissed Wu Chen and murmured, On the other side 1 minute earlier, Su Ruwen said to himself, Why is Miss Li alone? Where is Wu Chen? He walked over and said, Miss Li, I apologize for not personally thanking you for your help the other day. Today I was hoping to express my gratitude to both you and Mr. Wu. Where is he? Li Ruobing replied with a subtle smile. And he's likely over there, negotiating some business with Wu Yurong. Su Ruwen said, All right, I actually have something to discuss with him. I'll go look for him. Li Ruobing smirked. A few moments later, Su Ruwen muttered to himself, Miss Li said it was this way, but I do not see anyone. Suddenly he heard faint noises. Wu Yurong's voice in soft pleasure. Wu, Su Ruwen's eyes widened in disbelief as he saw Wu Yurong kissing Wu Chen. He was shocked and thought, so she wasn't joking when she said she would marry Wu Chen if she were 20 years younger. But what about Li Ruobing? No, the real issue isn't just their tangled relationship. How did a man like Wu Chen manage to make 2 powerful women fall for him? Just then, Wu Yurong looked back and said, Is someone there? Su Ruwen quickly ducked and hid. Wu Chen muttered to himself, Ruobing, well done. It's almost settled. Su Ruwen walked away quietly, thinking, even Wu Yurong fell for a man 20 years her junior, and that man is someone else's boyfriend? If this gets out, the entire elite circle in the country will erupt. Donghai would turn into a battlefield between the Li and Wu families. I never thought she was serious when she said she would marry him if she were younger. And Wu Chen, who came here with Li Ruobing, turns right around and meets with Wu Yurong. Wait, how bold is he? And Qingying is helping him keep this a secret? Could it be that they are also... Just then, Su Qingying approached and called out, Da Dad Mu Changqian followed behind and said, Uncle Su, Li Ruobing asked, Uncle, have you found Wu Chen yet? Su Ruwen replied. He side-eye looked around but didn't see him. Li Ruobing said, He said I'll give him a call now. Just then, an elderly man nearby looked at his phone and said aloud, Hey, check this out. Look at the latest trending topic on Weibo. His friend replied, Two top officials from Shanghai's Shuangqi Real Estate Group were arrested for hiring an assassin. Li Rubing gasped, stunned by what she saw on her phone. Su Qingying leaned closer and whispered, "What's going on?" Li Rubing said, "The Chi brothers offended Mr. Wu because of Xiaodi. I am really worried he might get too deeply involved." Su Qingying replied, "Don't worry. He's our husband. There will be no problem." Unchenet, Wu Chen walked over and asked, "What are you two talking about?" Rubing, "Boss Su is here too." Su Ruwen said, "Mr. Wu, I looked into what you mentioned the other day. How about we discuss it in private?" Wu Chen nodded and followed Su Ruiwen. A few minutes later, Wu Chen returned and said to Li Rubing, "Come on, dear. Brother Lu's wedding is about to begin." Li Rubing asked, "How did your conversation with Uncle Su go?" Wu Chen said, "Sin, I didn't reveal anything. After the wedding ends, I'll leave first. I think he'll come to you afterward." Li Rubing sighed. "After all this back and forth, you still ended up tossing the most troublesome thing to me. For Qingying's sake, I'll agree. This was your plan all along, wasn't it? How can you be so sneaky?" Wu Chen leaned in and smelled her cheek. "And cause my Ruobing is truly capable," Li Ruobing blushed and said, That afternoon, Su Ruiwen walked up to Li Ruobing and asked, "Miss Li, why are you alone?" Li Ruobing sipped her coffee and answered, "Oh, he left earlier to take care of something." Su Ruiwen said, Well, regarding Mr. Wu, I believe there's something we need to talk about." Li Ruobing asked, "Uncle, what would you like to ask?" Su Ruiwen said cautiously. I heard that Miss Li once regarded Wu Yurong as an idol and respected her very much. I'm not sure how your relationship with her stands now." Li Ruobing said coldly. "Yes, she used to be my idol. Now, I just see her as a shameless woman." Su Ruiwen was taken aback and began to sweat. Li Ruobing added, "Seems like Boss Su already knows about Mr. Wu's relationship with that woman." Su Ruiwen, still sweating, said, "Then, you know about it too?" Li Ruobing replied, My Mr. Wu likes to play around. Besides Wu Yurong, he has several others. It's not a problem. After all, he's marrying me in the end." Su Ruiwen asked in disbelief, "Many lovers? Then how is he any different from Ding Rulong? Why would you accept a man like that?" "Maybe I'm too old to understand," Li Ruobing answered firmly. "So 'cause he is unique. Uncle, you don't know him, so you may not understand. Wu Chen is far more powerful than anyone can imagine. He is an extraordinary man." Su Ruiwen said skeptically, "More powerful than anyone knows? You aren't telling me he's some divine figure sent from the heavens, are you?" He paused, half joking, but imagining Wu Chen with a mysterious aura. Li Ruobing said, No, uncle, look at it yourself. The Shuangqi real estate incident that everyone is discussing today was set up by Wu Chen." Su Ruiwen said what is their relationship with Wu Chen? Li Ruobing said he asked second Uncle Tang and brother Gu to finish it within 3 days. Because the Shuangqi brothers had offended one of Wu Chen's lovers, Zhuang Xiaodi. Su Ruiwen said, is the Tang family and Gu family willing to cooperate with him? For a woman, he took down a multi-billion-dollar conglomerate in 3 days. Li Ruobing said Wu Chen loves his woman very much. Although he never promised anything, it is hard for outsiders to imagine what he has done for his woman, and it seems like he just made a new move. She took out her phone and showed him an article, Superstar Zhou Shenglong caught cheating, Wang Yaoyao affected, stock price of Hezhong Media plunges. She added, Uncle, take a look. Su Ruiwen read it and asked, what happened? Which one of his lovers did he do this for? Li Ruobing replied calmly, his newest lover, in Menglan. Su Ruiwen broke out in a sweat. Li Ruobing explained, on a day while ago, Hezhong Media targeted in Menglan by leaking audio from her new album and exposing a scandal about her relationship with the famous musician Chen Wu, who, by the way, is Wu Chen. Now he's striking back. Su Ruiwen's eyes widened. Chen Wu, Wu Chen, Li Ruobing continued. People online describe Wu Chen as a rare musical genius, but in truth, he was just playing around casually, likely just to make Menglan happy. Su Ruiwen asked, Offend, Miss Li. Over 10 days ago, Xingying received majority support at the board meeting. Was that also arranged by Wu Chen, just to make her happy? Li Ruobing nodded. Uncle, you are absolutely right. Wu Chen planned everything himself. Su Ruiwen asked cautiously, Then, Xingying is also Wu Chen's lover. Li Ruobing looked directly at him and said, Uncle, the fact that you can ask me that question means you already know the answer in your heart. As Su Ruiwen wiped sweat from his forehead and looked at Li Ruobing, he lowered his gaze and said, How long has it been? Li Ruobing replied, one not long ago. It started the day Wu Chen took Qingying away from the golf course. That should have been their first time meeting. Su Ruiwen muttered, "See, confronted my wife the very first time they met, and Qingying ended up taking control at the board meeting the next day. What courage! What means?" He thought to himself, sweating heavily. But will my heir become someone's mistress without a proper title? My Jinfu group, worth tens of billions, being manipulated by a gigolo? No way. Li Ruobing looked at him and said, "Uncle, you're not thinking of arranging another blind date for Qingying just to get rid of Wu Chen, are you?" "And I think it's better not to do that, Uncle. It could lead to death." Su Ruiwen snapped, "How ridiculous. What? If as her father, I refuse to let her become someone's mistress, he'll kill me?" Li Ruobing quickly clarified, No, Uncle misunderstood me. Not you, but those so-called blind dates. Whoever dares to meet Qingying will die." Su Ruiwen narrowed his eyes. "Is that so? It seems Ding Ruilong is still alive, isn't he? Or is Qingying more important to Wu Chen than Miss Li?" Li Ruobing calmly said, "And Ding Ruilong won't live through this year. Just a few days ago he came to Donghai and almost lost his right hand. He had to flee in a hurry." Su Ruiwen stared at her and thought, the incident where Ding Ruilong nearly became disabled caused a huge stir. "I thought it was a publicity stunt by the Lai family, but it turned out to be true. And to think that Ding Ruilong, who is regarded as the best of the younger generation of the big families, can't even beat Wu Chen?" Su Ruiwen said, "If Ding Ruilong dies, there will be a reshuffling of power among several major families in the country. The Lai family may rise or fall. Are you just going to let Wu Chen cause such a disaster?" Li Ruobing replied, "Actually, my father met with Wu Chen alone some time ago, and since then, he has only discussed family affairs with him." Su Ruiwen thought to himself, so that means Li Marin acknowledges Wu Chen as his future son-in-law. No, it's more than just acknowledging a son-in-law. Li Marin knows Wu Chen might be the one planning to eliminate Ding Ruilong. The Lai family is working with Wu Chen to bring down the Ding family. Su Ruiwen muttered with a half-smile, "Ha! And here I thought he was just a kid. Turns out he's a hidden powerhouse." Li Ruobing thought silently. Looks like Uncle Su's heart has already been swayed. Now he just needs time to digest. She stood up and said, "Uncle, there's something I need to take care of at the company. Let's end our discussion here for today. We'll continue another time." Su Ruiwen nodded. "Sure, let's talk next time." As she walked away, Su Ruiwen thought to himself, I can't rely solely on her words. I need to investigate this thoroughly. I must find out exactly what kind of man Wu Chen really is. 5 minutes later, on the other side, Wu Chen was lying on a couch with a cup of coffee on the table beside him. He picked up his phone and said, "Hello, Sister Rong?" Wu Yurong said anxiously, "Li Ruobing told Su Ruiwen everything, and now Su Ruiwen invited me to dinner tonight. What is Ruobing doing? What am I supposed to say to Su Ruiwen?" Wu Chen said calmly, "Just be honest." Wu Yurong replied, "Well, my daughter is already 20 years old. What, should I accuse him of meddling in other people's relationships?" Wu Chen said, "Oh no, Sister Rong. I just want you to be honest." "I'll meet you tonight." Wu Yurong replied, Are you saying you knew Su Ruiwen would ask me out for dinner tonight? You had already planned for the three of us to meet together?" She paused, then added, "All right, I'll see you at 8 o'clock tonight." Again a few moments later. At 7:40 in the evening, Su Ruiwen said, "Yurong, how many years have we known each other?" Wu Yurong smiled. "Brother Su, it has been more than 30 years. The first time I met you, you were only 19 years old, and I was still in the 4th grade. Su Ruiwen chuckled softly. "I've grown old in the blink of an eye, Yurong. My body might give out in a year or two. Qingying has only been in the group for a short while. I can't teach her much more, but I also can't let her go." He grew solemn. "So, Yurong, for the sake of our friendship over the years, be honest with me. What exactly is going on with Wu Chen, with Qingying, and with you? Why did you become his lover?" Wu Yurong replied with a faint smile. "Oh, he's handsome, Brother Su." Su Ruiwen narrowed his eyes. "Who doesn't know about your ambition, Wu Yurong? You rejected the top tycoons of Asia, even oil princes from the Middle East. But now you've become Wu Chen's lover just because he's handsome? Who would believe that?" Wu Yurong responded gently. "Brother Su, as your friend, I truly want to advise you. Do not be impulsive. Everything can be discussed. Please, don't act recklessly." Su Ruiwen asked, "Are you trying to tell me not to provoke Wu Chen?" Wu Yurong replied, "Brother Su, I do hope our friendship can last. But if something spirals out of control, I can't promise that I'll be on your side, Suruiwen said with a smirk. Mr. Wu, he's here too? Good. Then we can speak more openly. Wu Chen entered and greeted, Boss Su, we meet again. Suruiwen looked at him and said, Mr. Wu, you really have opened my eyes. Wu Chen sat down beside Wu Yurong and said, Boss Su, you're taking things too seriously. You are Qingying's father, so I must warn you. Some things once heard cannot be undone. Are you sure you want to hear them? Suruiwen slowly placed his glass of whiskey on the table and thought to himself, such a blatant threat. Seems you don't take me, Suruiwen, seriously. He said aloud, I heard Mr. Wu is an information broker, and that your intelligence network borders on the mystical. I'm curious, does Mr. Wu know how I got this scar? As he spoke, he revealed the old scar on his arm. Wu Chen responded calmly, Boss Su, that scar has been with you for a long time. Suruiwen thought silently. I just blurted out some nonsense. Only 3 people know the truth. Me, my wife, and my brother Tang Dayang. Wu Yurong observed quietly. Brother Su is testing Wu Chen's true capability. Whatever Wu Chen says next will influence Brother Su's final judgment. Wu Chen began, 30 years ago, on the afternoon of October 8, 1990. Mr. Su, you were in your early 20s. Traveled to northern Myanmar with Tang Dayang. Suruiwen. His eyes widened as he thought in shock. The date, the place, even the people. This kid, Wu Chen continued. Boss Su went to participate in the Imperial Jade Mine auction. You clashed with another group of buyers, and you and Tang Dayang were forced to break out of the situation. But that night, the gang came after you again. If you hadn't blocked the knife with your hand, you would have died there. Boss Su fought back in self-defense, and had no choice but to kill every last one of them. Suruiwen's face darkened slightly. He muttered, that's right, I killed some. Even now, after more than 30 years, the memory remains crystal clear. He looked at Wu Chen. By the way, what else does Mr. Wu know about me? Wu Chen replied without hesitation. Quite a lot, actually. For example, your connection with Hime Wan. Would you like me to go into detail? Suruiwen broke into a cold sweat and fell silent. Thank you so much for watching. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to help me grow my channel. Your support means the world to me. Don't forget to leave a comment below. I love hearing from you. Let's keep the conversation going and get those analytics buzzing. Until next time, take care.